RPG Maker is the home of the free and the land of the brave. There isn't a community quite like it. Where else will you find groundbreaking indie releases sharing a community with Futanari Quest? With the rise of other plug-and-play game engines on the horizon, RPG Maker is working double time to maintain its crown as the best entry-level game dev tool of all time, in my humble opinion. And while I do believe RPG Maker is something that should be eventually graduated from, I think we should still shine a light on the devs of this community and inspire the next generation of RPG Maker devs. That's where I come in. If you're new around here, and a lot of you are, holy shit, my name is Delta and this is Hidden Gems, a show with the goal of making some of these gems a little less hidden, if you know what I'm saying. If you like turn-based RPGs, you're gonna like this episode, and there's also a little something for my horror fans. All that being said, thank you for clicking the video, and let's get into it. This week for my fans of retro RPGs, we have Eternal Tale by Takuma Gao. I know I just butchered that. Eternal Tale has fantastic chiptune music and is a great game to play if you've replayed the first couple of Final Fantasies 100 times and you're over 40 years old. That was a joke. Please don't crucify me. Eternal Tale is retro in a good way and a bad way in my opinion. Take my thoughts with a grain of salt because I'm not the biggest fan of retro RPGs. I have a lot of respect for them for paving the way for some of my favorite games of all time, but there are just some things I can't really gel with. Eternal Tale comes with a strategy guide in its download, which is amazing. I respect the extra effort the dev put into this game's store page and the strategy guide included in the free download. Delta tip: don't be afraid to go all in on your game's presentation. Going the extra mile will definitely be appreciated by your fans and target audience, and might even pull in a straggler like me. My thing with retro RPGs is that it feels like there's only one good way to play them. While there is some slight wiggle room with most of these games, there's almost always a character or a team build that is far better than the rest, which kind of sucks the fun out of these games for me. Retro RPGs have some of the more interesting combat design choices of RPGs period, but they just don't give the player enough wiggle room to be expressive in how they approach an encounter. But again, most people don't really care about that kind of stuff, so don't mind me. There are a lot of little things that I don't like about this game, but I couldn't stop playing it, so it has to be doing something right. For my fans of MMORPGs, we have Final Fantasy XI Braver by Mithrandir113. I think this game is a retelling of the story of Final Fantasy XI, another MMO by Big Daddy Square Enix. And yeah, it's an MMO. I've been very vocal about my dislike of this genre as well on the channel. If it's not this one, I probably won't like it, and I don't even really like that one that much. This game has a mix of base RPG Maker assets and what I'm assuming is art and music from the Final Fantasy series. I love the music. Everyone should know my fondness for Nobuo Uematsu, but the art direction mix is jarring to say the least. The game has role system combat, and can I just say role system combat is so underrated. Where are all my role battle system lovers at? Like this video if you love role battle systems. The maps in this game are a little too big and empty in my opinion. Delta tip: try to have smaller, denser maps instead of large, empty ones. It just looks nicer in my opinion, especially for interior maps. This game pulls its game design choices directly from its inspiration, and it's perfect for those who want a nostalgia trip. The dialogue is a bit wordy, but it is in line with MMORPGs for the most part, and there's a lot of customization options, which I like a lot. But I have to let you know that it is easy to become overwhelmed by all the player customization if you're not already used to MMOs. I wish I could say more about this game, but it wasn't made for me. It was made for a very specific niche, and even though I didn't like it personally, I respect being inspired and recreating something important to you. It's kind of like its own special kind of game preservation. I fucks with it. Past the End is a really solid game. All of my issues with it are nitpicks, so instead of pulling into Nitpick City, let's talk about some things I love about this game. The main menu is really nice. Being able to use items in combat without using up an action is also interesting and provides a small layer of combat depth. There's something about the combat that is just so satisfying, and I can't quite put my finger on it. The animations are just so pleasing to look at. Past the End's world and characters left a bit to be desired for me, but man, the combat. Why do I love this game's combat? I have to think about it more. Past the End is so close to being great in my opinion, but who knows, this demo I played is the first chapter of 5. There's plenty of time for it to grow into its own. And for the fans of horror, we got Cold Front by Rachel Draws This. Alright, look. I am trying to get over my immense fear of RPG Maker horror by showcasing some games that stood out to me in that field. So lo and behold, Cold Front. Rachel, who did the music for this game? I couldn't find it anywhere. I also didn't look very hard, but this game's music was very, very good. If anyone knows, please let me know so I can properly give them their flowers, because I love it. Cold Front is a beautiful game that follows a very real dynamic people could find themselves in with their close friends. I adore the game's perspective. It's refreshing and it makes the game stand out. The art is very expressive, maybe a little too expressive, but that's just a matter of taste, not a real criticism. Every character sprite is over-exaggerated to the point where it reminded me of William Shatner's portrayal on Family Guy.
Has just discovered a strange new planet in the Gamma Fallopian star system. Mr. Sulu, ahead warp 9.
Story itself is very interesting, and it's best to go in blind, so I won't really talk about it too much. I really enjoyed the theme, but the pacing and payoff happened a bit too quickly. And also, if these two don't just kiss already. All in all, I really enjoyed my time with Cold Front. The game is beautiful and has a great message. It's honest, and even if someone might not like the horror, they might love how relatable the characters are. Delta tip, honesty is the best policy. This week's Gem of the Week is Umbral Soul by Willman0. Oh my god, everything about this game is fucking awesome. The music, dummy. The polish, inspiring. The writing, bar setting. I will always try to bring attention to RPG Maker games that use the base assets in an interesting and unique way, because in my opinion, that is what RPG Maker is about. Doing more with less. If you cannot afford the nicest, prettiest art or music, that shouldn't gatekeep you from creating something truly special. Everyone should stop what they are doing right now and go play Umbral Soul. If you ever wanted to play an RPG where you play as the bad guy, this is that game. I am very, very fond of games that take tropes of its genre and flip them on their head to create something fresh. And I hope that Umbral Soul is able to be completed and fully realized in the future. Another week, another video. I appreciate you for making it to the end. Don't forget, if you like the video, please give it a like. And if you really like the video, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Share the video with your friends. Leave a comment. It really helps the channel. Thank you, devs, for all your hard work. And I can't wait to continue to watch you guys grow and create. If you want your game to be covered on the channel, please at me on Twitter at JazzStewart3. My DMs are open. And I ask that if your game is a paid product on itch.io or Steam, please provide me with a key. Trust me, I want to support my indies, but I am not paying for Mommy Monster Madness. I'm just not doing it. That being said, I hope I see you next week. And don't forget, my name is Delta, and this was Hidden Gems.